All right, hello. We are going to be checking over 7.9b. Please make sure that you make any corrections to your work. Okay, so take a look at number 1. We are working with solving and graphing systems of inequalities. So if we take a look at the first inequality in number 1, y is greater than negative x plus 3. We ask ourselves, is it in slope-intercept form? Yes. So we're ready to graph, starting with 3 as the y-intercept. Your slope is negative 1, which means you go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. And you continue this through the entire coordinate plane. All right, when you're ready to draw your line, you should hold on and say, what kind of line do I draw? Well, because of the greater than symbol, I'm going to make a dashed line. Remember, if it has the equal sign, that's when you make it solid. And now I need to determine where my solutions are. So I'm going to test the point 0, 0. So 0 is greater than negative 0 plus 3. Well, negative 1 times 0 is 0. Is 0 greater than 3? No, it's not, which means the solutions are above. Okay? And I'll show how I shade a couple different ways. In this one, I'll use the colors. Now, I'm ready to go on to my next inequality, which I am going to graph in pink. Y is less than or equal to 1/4 x minus 2. It's wonderful. It's already in slope-intercept form. Let's go to negative 2. All right, my slope is up 1 over 4, up 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1 over 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to fill out the rest of the grid. Okay, what kind of line? Ooh, it does have that equal sign. It's less than or equal to, so I can draw a solid line. All right. And because I use different colors, I don't really have to label them, but it's not a bad idea to label your inequalities. All right. Now, where are the solutions for the second inequality? Well, once again, I can test the point 0, 0. So 0 is less than or equal to 1/4 times 0 minus 2. All right, 1/4 times 0 goes away. 0 is less than or equal to negative 2. True? No, it's not true either. So my solutions, and I'll change colors here, are down below. So then we look at, well, where do the two shadings overlap? And it's right in this region here. So this is what I'm actually going to shade a little darker. So let me change even a highlighter a different color. These are where my solutions are to the system of inequalities. Let's go to number 2. Now, number 2, you should have already changed the first inequality to slope-intercept form. So let's go ahead and graph that one. Y is greater than 5 over 2x minus 5. Okay, so starting at negative 5, then I'm going to go up 5 over 2. Up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more, I can sneak it in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can sneak one more in. Okay, now the kind of line am I drawing? It is a greater than symbol. So I'm just going to draw a dashed line as straight as possible. Now with this one, I'm not going to show you the shading right away. We're going to do arrows. Let's figure out where the solutions are for this inequality. I can test the point 0, 0. So I can plug it into either of my inequalities. All right, 5/2 times 0 is 0. So 0 is greater than negative 5. Well, that is a true statement. But instead of using the shading, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put arrows that would indicate where I would shade. Okay, so I know that really all of this area would hold my solutions. And if it was just one inequality, I would go ahead and graph that. However, I am going to, because we have a system, I'm just going to do the arrows, and I'll show you why here in a minute. Okay, so let's go ahead and graph the second inequality. Y is less than negative 3x. Well, what's my y-intercept? 0. Negative 3, which means I'm going to go down 3 to the right one. Remember, going down takes care of the negative. So down 1, 2, 3 over 1, 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3. Fill out the rest of the graph. All right. And it's another dashed line. Okay, now I can't use 0, 0 to test this inequality because the line goes through 0, 0. So let's choose 1, 1. Okay, so I'm going to test the point 1, 1. 1 is less than negative 3 times 1. Is 1 less than negative 3? No, it's not, which means that this test point is not in with my solutions. So my solutions would be all over here. I'm going to indicate that with arrows. And now I take a look and see, well, what part of the graph are both of my arrows pointing towards? Here? No. The pink is, but the blue is not. Here? No, nothing is pointing there. Here? Just the blue, not the pink. But in this region here are my solutions to the system. Both the pink and the blue arrows are pointing to that region. All right, that's number 1 and 2. Let's take a look at number 3 and 4. 3 and 4, the inequality, or the lines are already there. You need to figure out where the shading goes to. Well, first off, we got to figure out which inequality is which line. So one of the easiest things I try to do is pick out the y-intercept. This y-intercept is 3. Well, if I look at my inequalities, this has to be that. So y is greater than or equal to x plus 3. I also take a look. Well, this is a positive 1 slope, which means my line should be going up. Okay, so I know that that inequality is that line, which makes it pretty easy for the other inequality. Negative 2 is my y-intercept, and it's a negative line. So yes, this one, you can draw an arrow or you can label it. Y is less than or equal to negative 2/3 x minus 2. So now we need to figure out, well, where's the actual shading? Okay, I'm going to erase these intercepts. So y is greater than 1x plus 3. Well, I can test the point 0, 0. 0 is greater than or equal to 1 times 0 plus 3. Is 0 greater than or equal to 3? No, it's not, which means my shading, and I'll do the shading in this one. I'll do the light blue. My shading, my solutions for that inequality are going to lie up here, okay, above the line. And if you did arrows, they would be looking like this. Okay, I'll do both. All right, well now let's find the solutions for the other one. I can still use that point 0, 0. 0 is less than or equal to negative 2/3 times 0 minus 2. Is 0 less than or equal to negative 2? No, it's not. Which means my shading, my arrows would go down this way, and if I wanted to shade, let's use this purple. My shading would be down here. And then where are the solutions? Where do they overlap? Of course, where I had all my work, right here. Those would be where the solutions are to the system. All right, let's take a look at number 4. Once again, lines are already graphed. Hopefully you've identified which inequality is which. This one is the first one because of the positive slope and the y-intercept of 1. And this is the second one because of the negative slope and the y-intercept of 4. Okay, I can test the point 0, 0. 0 is greater than or equal to 0 plus 1. I'm just working my way up. 0 is less than or equal to 1. True. Okay, shading would go through the origin. How about the other one? 0 is greater than or equal to negative 2 times 0 plus 4? Is 0 greater than or equal to 4? No, it's not. So I'm going to shade, or draw my arrows or shade, going away from this origin. It's not part of the solutions for that second one. So where do my arrows both point to the same section? Right here. All my solutions for the system lie in this region. All right, moving on to the word problem. You work